So I'm going to try and first lock it and then take it down. Like maybe taking it down too low is what is causing it. I don't know. I took on camera, I took on OBS, quick clip clap. Okay, let's go. Good evening, welcome back to In the Code. In the hopes that we are recording everything fine, it doesn't quite seem like. I'm gonna continue with the recording session for the day. This is September 8th, 2022, 8:55 p.m. And today's day, if I had to sum it in just a couple of things, nothing much happened except for the big meeting that happened with the founder and the HR, and obviously Niloni was there, and we just built upon what I discussed yesterday with Niloni. The conclusion, as we have understood, is that there's going to be at least one 3D project every single month for me to work on. Yeah, the way I'm thinking about it is I'm going to start making those product commercials in 3D, because at the end of the day it's going to be product related. If you have to work for a brand, rarely will it be like a full-fledged character animation. And anyways, character animation has a bit of a learning curve to it, so I can just start with modeling or just using ready-made models and adding a little bit animation and start putting it out on my Instagram maybe, and that could go into the company's portfolio, which they can use to pitch for 3D projects or however. But I'm going to start making my own 3D commercials from Pinterest. I found some really interesting ones, and it's just going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be really helpful in my general 3D journey as well, so really looking forward to that. There is one thing that I did for this shop floor video I'm making. I was randomly adding keyframes to this whole situation here. I'm just gonna make a duplicate so I don't mess up the original thing. Now what I did is I just added a slider here, and if I go to the slider and I just lock the FX control here, can you see the fix? Yeah, you can see what you want to, what you need to. So yeah, so if you come in here and you move the slider up and down, you will see that, yeah, moving up. So this goes from 0 to 10. At 0 it's here, F5 it should be in the middle somewhere in the dead center, and 10 it should be at the bottom, right? So as we're going up and down, we have these animations happening. Now I spent a little time trying to come up with the logic of how I can divide this based off the sections, right? So now here there are 3 sections, so all the calculations that I've done is working for this particular case, but I want it to be universal, so it should work for n segments. Let's say I have 4 such coupons here. While scrolling down the slider, I should be able to go, and this is actually easing out and easing in. It's not just a dead scale up or scale down. So I need to work on the logic for it. After a long time, I brought out a notebook, because Steal Like an Artist talks about how analog work is important, and specifically applies to me in a great sense, because all I do is digital work, like morning to evening. So I wrote a few, I don't know if you can see it, where the focus is stuck at me, right? So you won't be able to see it. Anyway, this is a notebook which has a lot of, you call it dry runs in coding, where you have these sample values that you try and evaluate. And then the way I do it is like, let's say if n is this or what, I do the calculations and I do the reverse trek back to building the logic with variables. That's how I like, that is how I understand. There's no other way I know. So yeah, I tried doing that. I haven't yet come up with a solution for it. I was trying to do that here with segments, and that I'll probably work on it. I know tomorrow is a holiday, so maybe tomorrow, because I really want to have like something good come out of this project, as far as like a Mogart or this could be made into a script. Right now I'm at a point with my skills that anything that I can think of, I can probably scriptify it. For me to use a very slang word there, but do something good with it. And we're under 5 minutes. Finally I've somehow remembered that I had a 5-minute constraint to work with. That's it. That's pretty much how life is today. And yeah, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time, because again it's 9 o'clock and I have to still figure if we having variable frame rate, if I edit the video and render it, will there be problems or not? That's a big thing to worry about, but we'll probably find a solution. Like with everything else, we do find a solution. One thing that's worth noting here is, because I brought up this problem that I was facing with my job, like I was unhappy, I was feeling stuck, I was feeling like I'm not getting the time to grow, and I addressed that problem. Now we have a solution, or we at least trying to work towards a solution. So that's a very good takeaway from this whole situation, that address the problems that you have. I mentioned it yesterday as well, but it just made clear that I'm a very valuable asset to the company. They're willing to like go to extents to keep me in the job, which is like tremendously grateful for. I don't know, like I don't think I can take credit for any of this, but yeah, it's just I'm just grateful. That's all it is. So yeah, address your problems. It definitely leads to solutions rather than being like quiet, because if nobody knows what's going on in your mind, how can you get help? On that note, thank you so much for being in the Khud. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.